Recently, I've got a problem on my 2016 Chevy Tahoe. When I started it, the car began beeping and a warning popped up on the screen. Oil pressure low, stop engine. If you ever see this message on your vehicle, don't ignore it. Driving with low oil pressure can cause severe engine damage in a matter of seconds. Thankfully, in my case, the issue turned out to be a faulty oil pressure sensor, probably the easiest fix out of all the possible causes. In this video, I'll show you how I was able to properly diagnose the problem and how to replace the bad sensor. Alright, let's dive right in. I'm going to use my X-Tool D7 diagnostic tool and check the live data. We'll go into the engine data section and select the parameters related to oil pressure. Then we'll start the engine briefly and watch what happens. The needle on the oil pressure gauge completed its test cycle, which is a good sign that the oil pressure gauge is functioning correctly. However, the oil pressure reading is sitting right around 0. The first thing we need to pay attention to is how the engine is running. If you hear loud or unusual noises, stop right away. That could mean internal engine damage. In my case, everything sounded normal, which was the first clue that this might be something minor, like a bad sensor. And the live data shows that the oil pressure sensor output is also reading 0. Now, that by itself doesn't really prove the sensor is bad. It could also be a failed oil pump. So, there are 2 more tests we can run to rule that out. First, we can remove the sensor and connect an analog oil pressure gauge in its place. Then start the engine and check the actual oil pressure. It's not too expensive, you can find one for around $25. If you're interested, I'll drop a link in the comments below. Unfortunately, I don't have that gauge on hand, so we're going to use the second method instead. To get to the sensor, loosen the clamp, remove the air intake duct, and move it out of the way. Under the throttle body, you'll see 2 connectors. The one on the left is for the oil pressure sensor, also known as the oil pressure switch. The easiest way to remove the connector is to first release the white retaining clip. Then use a trim removal tool to gently pry it off while pressing down on the tab. Once it breaks loose, you can finish removing it by hand. Next, you'll need a long 24mm socket to remove the sensor. And honestly, finding this socket was probably the hardest part of this repair. Next, I turned the ignition on without starting the engine and checked the voltage at the sensor connector. And we've got 5 volts on the first pin, ground on the second, and no voltage on the third. Using that information, I put together a simple homemade test setup. I used a 5-volt power supply from an old wireless router. Then I connected it to another cable to supply 5 volts to the first pin and ground to the second. The sensor itself is hooked up to the air compressor so we can imitate the real working conditions. The third pin on the sensor should act as a signal wire. We'll connect that to the positive lead on the multimeter and complete the circuit by connecting the negative lead to ground. We should be able to observe changes in voltage on the signal wire as we turn on the compressor and start increasing the pressure. I picked up a brand new sensor so I can first show you how it's supposed to work in a known good working environment. Then we'll compare those results to my suspected faulty sensor. We'll set the multimeter to DC voltage and plug in our 5-volt power supply. In idle state with no pressure applied, the brand new sensor is showing about 0.74 volts on the signal wire. Now let's go ahead and turn on the compressor. And as the pressure increases, the voltage started steadily going up as well. Let's stop the air compressor for a moment. Now the voltage also holds steady. Start it again and voltage continues to climb as expected. If I start releasing the pressure, voltage also goes down. The engine control unit then uses the signal voltage and converts it into an oil pressure reading on the gauge. This is how a properly working sensor should behave. Now let's hook up the faulty sensor and run the same tests. Looks like an idle state voltage is fluctuating slightly. Now let's turn on the compressor. Seems like while the pressure is increasing, the voltage isn't rising consistently. And now it's stuck at about 0.85 volts and won't go any higher. That's definitely not normal. This could be caused by a damaged or failed diaphragm inside the sensor. It's supposed to flex under pressure and change resistance, but in this case it appears to be stuck. Even when I release the pressure, the voltage doesn't drop. And since it's stuck at a low value, that explains why the gauge in the vehicle is reading close to 0. The difference is pretty clear. All that's left now is to install the new sensor and give it a try. We'll thread it in by hand first, then tighten it with a socket and wrench, and reattach the connector. Reinstall the air intake duct, reconnect the hoses, and tighten the clamp. Alright, moment of truth. Let's start it up. Looking good. No warning message, no beeping, and oil pressure is back to normal. If this video was helpful, be sure to hit that like button and check out my other Chevy repair videos as well.